Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Super Paper Mario. I am Meg400, and last time Queen Jadis, Queen of the Underwear, asked us to find a lost Nimbi named Lovebee. But first we were checking the River Twygz, which has really creepy music. This music is actually really kind of disturbing, especially if you listen to it like alone in just the headphones. Like if you just listen to the soundtrack itself, it's really creepy. And it's full of underhands, which I don't believe you can kill, at least not at the moment. So yeah, we're searching the riverbed because someone supposedly fell in, and we are been asked to search just in case it has any connection to Lovebee, or if it is Lovebee, or, you know, something. So yeah, this is the riverbed. Now, when I first played this game, I actually got stuck at this point, and I remember when I was first playing SPM, there was a lot of, like, this was back when I think Insider was still around, so a lot of people on the discussion boards would be like, you know, asking questions for help, and there were some that were, like, really, you know, I'd say pretty, it's one of those, oh, duh, of course you do that, like one of those dumb, why didn't I realize this moments, and this is one of them. And I'll point out exactly where I got stuck in a moment, because it's coming right up. But yeah, we have to pull that switch, as it allows us to lower the water level, because you can't hit bricks and break them when you're underwater. I'm not sure why. I mean, in terms of physics, I guess you may not have enough force. Like jumping, you have more force by jumping upwards fast, as opposed to swimming, where you don't get enough of the speed. So I guess logically it could make sense in that respect. But either way, we can now pass through that passage, and right up ahead, I got stuck at this point because, and I believe I did flip, but I didn't realize, as you'll see in a second, there was a hole right there. I didn't realize you could pass through here. So the first time I played this, I was like, what do? I'm stuck, and you know, I was like, oh, duh, just walk through here. There seem to be a lot of those kind of, there seem to be a lot of those kind of moments for this game. At least I remember people making posts like, you know, stuff that was very obvious, but people were overlooking the very obvious. You know, that seems to happen when you're stuck on something and you try and come up with all these crazy solutions to try and figure it out, and you realize that the actual solution is the simplest solution. You overanalyze things to the point of, you know, like saying, to continue onward, you have to go back to Queen Jadis, jump over her head 5 times, then use all your items in your inventory, go back to the River Twygz, get your health down to 1 by your abusing your flip meter, and then you can pass through the... No. But, I mean, like, not to that extreme. People do tend to overanalyze things when it's kind of an odd little bit of human nature. It's just that people overanalyze things. I'm not sure why. I guess it's because when you're trying to figure out something, people they spend so much time thinking I don't know. I guess I mean, you could just say, oh, you'll overlook the obvious, but you know, I'm actually wondering, like, in terms of psychology, or you know, why exactly you would overlook the obvious. I guess because maybe in the panic state of mind, you think of every possibility, but you can't, you lose kind of the common sense of the simplest solution. You know, I guess also the other train of thought is, well, I'm having a hard time figuring this out, so obviously it's not going to be a simple solution. That would be ludicrous. But yeah, that kind of aspect of human nature is... Now, it's frustrating, but it's also kind of, you know, interesting, actually, more so than frustrating. It's an interesting aspect that people tend to do, tend to overanalyze things. And down here we have a Fairbones card, which is cool. So let's climb up these fountains. And it doesn't seem like this area goes on any longer, so hopefully we'll find that person that's supposedly down here that Queen Jadis was talking about. Supposedly fell into the... Who was the... Luigi? And why is Mr. L's theme playing? He's not here. What the hell? Game, I think there's a glitch here. You should be playing Mr. L's theme. I don't know. game makers must have messed up here. Either way, though, it's Luigi. What's he doing here? Wah. Bro? Yes, I am Mario. Your bro. I am your brother. So yeah, Luigi, why are you here? That is a good question. Why is Luigi here? I guess when he was attacked by his complex minions, he was killed. And ended up in the place of ended games. That's kind of sad. So yeah, his game is over. I guess one of Complex Badge must have done me in, just like you guys, huh? Well, yeah. That's just the way life works. Either way, yeah, we're looking for Lumby, and Luigi has nothing else to do because he's dead. So he can join us in our quest. And yeah, he is our 4th person you can play as. Yeah, it took a long time to actually be able to play as this person. But yeah, he's the 4th character. Somewhat disappointing that you don't get to use Luigi until now, but at the same time, it's kind of cool that, I don't know, his ability's not really broken. Actually, yeah, it's not really broken, but it's cool ability. Basically, what he can do is, he can do a high jump. You can press it down, and he can do a super jump to go up to higher ledges, and attack enemies from below. So Luigi is quite useful in that perspective. I don't tend to use Luigi all that much, and maybe just because you don't have him throughout most of the game, so you don't tend to use him. But, yeah, I don't find myself using Luigi all that much. I definitely use, Peach and Bowser more than I use Luigi. And Mario just because of his flip ability, but that's like... I don't know, I wish there was a Mario game or a Mario RPG where you could choose not to use Mario. At all. Like, in Super Mario RPG, you have to use Mario. Mario has to be in your party. Usually that's the way for any RPGs. It's always the main hero is in your party. In Paper Mario, Mario is always in the party for all the Paper Mario games. In this game, you don't have to play as him, but you do to an extent because of his 3D ability. Because of that, you have to switch back to him if you want to solve some puzzles. Super Mario, or Mario and Luigi, you had to play as Mario. So, I guess I like an Mario RPG where he's a choice, but you don't have to play as him. I guess, I think I've said before, I prefer playing as characters other than the main hero, if I have the choice. You know, just to change it up, add a different little, you know, something different, something for a change of pace. Which gets me thinking, I've said before that I'm not into realism, but I think I've realized I like, oddly enough, and I guess just the style, I like realistic styled cartoon movies. And by that I mean, like, I saw an advertisement for the new movie Hop, which I don't know if it's gonna be any good, but like that kind of style, you would think I wouldn't like it, but for whatever reason I like it. I don't know why, and maybe it's just because, like the Owl movie, Legend of the Guardian or something, that kind of style. I don't know if I like it because it's used a little bit, but I guess my thing is, when it's used, it's either used with other humans. The Owl movie is the only time I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's others that it was used only with owls. Well, I haven't seen the movie, so maybe I'm wrong on that. But I guess I've seen so many animated movies that have that Pixar clean CGI style or the DreamWorks style. They have a very, you know, set in motion style. Some of them differ, but they're all kind of have that same kind of going for them. And I guess the realistic style, cartoon but realism, as in, you know, like there's movies that have a dog looking realistic, like Cats and Dog, or Cats vs. Dogs, other stuff like that, where the creatures look like real dogs. But like in Hop, like he doesn't really look like a real rabbit, but he looks like an animated rabbit with kind of a realistic feature to him. For whatever reason, I like that. And I guess, and my point to this was, I guess part of the reason I liked it is because it's a little bit, not entirely different, because it is used, but I guess it's a little bit different because I don't see it as often as the norm of cartoon animation. So I kind of like it in that way, and I don't know, maybe it's just the fur. I kind of like the fur. I don't know. which is dumb because it's really easy to make fur textures in like with 3D animation with Maya. Though I don't know how easy it is to actually. I believe the rendering time for that is enormous. But either way, I guess my point is style. Like that's the thing is really style is just up to definitely up to preference and only preference. I actually read again a comment. I go back to graphics versus style. Comment on someone saying, "Well, people who say that graphics don't matter, they're liars. Graphics do matter, first impressions, but really, they don't. Style to an extent, yes, it does. You know, make a good impression. I've said graphics in terms of style, and in terms of how it works in the game, definitely does matter. Graphics in terms of, you know, like I think someone made a comparison of playing a game on the Wii as the same game on the Wii as opposed to 360. That, in my opinion, doesn't matter all that much. Now, does it look better on the PlayStation? I'm not gonna deny it does. Its HD does look good, but in the really. That doesn't make that much a difference, in my opinion. I guess my thing is, if I have a 360 and a PlayStation, would I get the one that is a little bit smoother? Perhaps, but for the most part, any of those games, like that would make that would be on all systems are probably not games on that anyway. But but the thing is, I'm not gonna go out and buy another system just because you know, a game looks good, or if I play a certain system more times, you know, maybe I just like playing a certain system better, and you know, the playability of a certain system is more important than the graphical look. I guess my thing is, style again definitely does matter to an extent, depending on how it works in the game, and it is a personal preference. But I don't think the quality of graphics matters nearly as much. Though I will say one thing that does somewhat irk me is occasionally on the DS, and I noticed it a lot in Bowser's Inside Story, the sprites will have a kind of a white border around them a little bit, and that kind of annoys me, and I wish they were a little bit cleaner in how they did it. But, you know, it annoys me a little bit, but does it take away how, you know, what I feel about the artistic style of the game and also the game itself? No, it's a very minor thing. It's more like, that's kind of annoying. You know, just toss it off. It's like, And we got the Peach 3 card that was kind of a pain to get kind of out of the way too, but not too bad. I mean, like this game, for example, you know, I guess the thing with the DS is it has a little bit lower graphic qualities, graphic capabilities. Like this game has really clean-looking, you know, characters. There's no little borders around them, and I like that style. You know, but like if this game had white little, say like Luigi had a little white halo occasionally on the pixels around him, would that bug me? Probably. Would I get, you know, say, oh, now the game is ruined because there's a white pixel on Luigi's head? No. I would be kind of like, man, that's kind of annoying. And here we have that thing we saw earlier. Hasten to me, sweet prince. Phallus, an aging man of mustache grim, returneth. Talk to me as though we have met. Speak now. What dost thou want of? I'm never going to be able to speak Old English. Thou came hither to find me. Pah, as if I would consort with a face of blibbity blibbity blue blue blue. Princess only. So she wants a prince, and we do claim to be a prince. However, according to her, if we are truly a prince of thine lineage, we would know her name. Unfortunately for her, we do know her name, and her name is not Bulby or Volby. Volby would be cool. It's Loveby. Aha, in thy face. My name is not Love. What? Though I am curious as to what she says when you say one of the other names. Anyway, she is now frightened because she doesn't want to be married to Mario. Hello. Love how Mario does that. So she is going to run away to her mother, which is what we wanted. Just been begging for her, reminding you, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.